Hey everyone, it's Sheila here. How are you doing? I am here to do a decorate with me and my journal talk number 2, which I'm excited about. I meant to do one last month in July, but that just never happened. That turned into a very busy month for me. And I thought, I need to get on this and do one before August gets away from me. So, you guys know this is my second one, and I decorate some pages while I do it because I don't want you guys just staring at blankness or like my hands while I do this. But the topic for today, there's 3 that I kind of feel like all go together, so I put them in this one video. I want to talk about journaling slumps. I want to talk about prompts, and I want to talk about well, journaling and writing in general. Like, what do we do with a journal? How is a journal supposed to be used? All right. So I'm putting those all into one video here. So I'm doing a bit of a Paris theme here also. These came from a paper stack I got at, I believe, Hobby Lobby a long time ago. Anyway, so let's jump right into the topics here. So the first one I want to talk about is, I've got some kitty hair on here, is journaling slumps. And I think I have a little bit of a different, maybe a definition. No, Midnight's trying to come up here, like he always does. Every time I start taping or recording, no, you may not come up here. No, he's getting... He gets all wonky donkey on me, kids. Get down. Anyway, so I want to talk about journaling slumps because I think I have a little bit of a different idea than a lot of people. I'm not going to say everybody, but I'm going to say a lot of people. I think I might have a little bit of a different idea. So for me, this is how I define a journaling slump. For me, a journaling slump is when I want to write, but I don't have any motivation or desire to do so. So it's like, I really wish I could write, but every time I, pick up my journal or open it up, I just can't get myself to write. It's just, there's no motivation. Like I said, there's zero motivation. So that's how I define it, rather than something where, let's say, I'm too busy, or I'm tired, or I'm stressed, or, things, life is just too busy and hectic and crazy right now, and I just don't have time to journal. That's not a slump for me. That's real life. Although real life can affect my motivation and my desire to write. But for me, it's more just like there's just nothing there that's pulling me into my journal. That desire, that motivation is just not there on any level. So, what is your definition of a journal slump? Do you agree with how I define it? Or do you think, do you have a completely different definition of it? I'd like to hear, because I've heard different people say different things. Most of the time it seems I hear when people say they're in a journaling slump, I do hear people say, like, I just don't have the motivation, but a lot of times I hear people say, I'm just too busy, So what is your definition of a slump? Plus, I want to just talk a little bit about some things that help me get out of a journaling slump. These are just things for me. They may not work for you, but I'm just going to give you some things that work for me. So the first thing, I'm going to give me a paper here to glue on. decorating pages, coming in and pre-decorating pages is one thing that has definitely pulled me back into my journal, especially painting my pages. I don't know if there's just something soothing or simple about painting my pages, but that has pulled me back into my journal several times when I've been in a journaling slump. No, you may not come up here. He's still trying to get up here. No. I'm not having it midnight, little boy. I'm sorry, you guys. He's just like, he's kind of going crazy, trying to get up here. So, painting them and just even pre-decorating, doing something like this where I just decorate a bunch of pages. I think that pulls me back in because then I'm like, okay, I've got all these pages decorated and now I don't have to, decorate them plus right. if you know what I mean. So, that's one thing that helps me. Another thing that helps me is sometimes if I put on like relaxing music, I'm not talking about loud music, although if you find that relaxing, hey, more power to you, put it on. I'm talking about like classical music or really slow songs, or something that I have found, I don't want to say recently, but probably within the last, I don't know, 6 months. I found these channels on YouTube, and I'm not even sure what they're called. I know that, like, maybe ambient or I call them ambient or ambience videos. It'll be something like, a crackling fire in a thunderstorm and rain. And I love fireplaces. Just love fires in general. Like during the winter, as there's one thing I miss about living at the farm is that, I miss our fireplace. I love the sound of a crackling fire. I just find it very warm and cozy and toasty. But they do that. They'll have like rain or ocean waves or, space sounds. It's all very, atmospheric and soft and, it's kind of like the white noise, So I'll put those on and they just kind of tend to relax me, and it brings me to my journal because I think I just kind of let everything go, and that has brought me back to my journaling a few times. Also, a few times, going back and reading over some of my older journals has brought me back into my journal. So that's a few things that have helped me. Most of the time when I'm going through a journal slump, I just kind of feel like it's something I have to go through. It is what it is. And I think everybody goes through them. At least that's been my experience. Alright, so let's talk about journaling prompts now. I do think I have a very different view from most people on this one, as in I don't like journaling prompts or writing prompts. And the reason for that is because you guys have heard me say before, I like my journal to be, authentic, true to me, a reflection of me. And I feel like if I'm going to look up, journal prompts, then that's not me. That's not what's really on my mind or my heart or my soul or what I'm wanting to write about. Even though, yeah, there's a list and you can pick whatever you want, that list is still a predetermined list of things, because for me, I don't, no matter what I'm writing about, whether it's, everyday stuff or something more serious, I still want it to be me. I don't want it to be a list of stuff that I chose from, because I have a list of a million things in my head I could write about if I can't think of something to write about. But for that reason, if I was to start using journaling prompts or whatever, I just feel like it wouldn't be, true to me. It wouldn't be authentic. It wouldn't be real. I don't know if that makes any sense. I feel like maybe I'm the only person that kind of feels that way. I don't know. But yeah, so that is that. So the third thing I want to talk about is probably kind of the one I feel like for me is kind of the most important thing. All topics in journaling are important to me. I just love talking. I like journal talk. But I want to talk about writing, as in, how is a journal supposed to be used? Okay? That is what I want to talk about. Oh, let's get a little crooked there, kids. So, for me, a journal is you write whatever you want to write. There's no right or wrong way to do a journal. And don't ever let anybody tell you there's a right or wrong way to do it, because there is not. Just like there's no right or wrong journal to pick. I don't care if you're using a 50-cent journal, a notepad, a spiral notebook, an expensive journal, or something in the middle, or just a piece of paper. It's okay. Whatever you want to write on, go for it. So I don't like the notion that there is a way you're supposed to journal. And guys, I've heard this many times over the course of my life about what a journal is supposed to be used for and how you're supposed to use it, which does not set well with me. And I was in this Facebook journaling group. Oh gosh, you guys, I'm gonna say 8 years ago, maybe. It's been a long time ago. It was kind of when I first started getting in, when I first realized there are journaling communities and journaling stuff online. And I found this group on Facebook, and it was a really large group, fairly active, thousands of members. If I'm remembering correctly, it had something like 3,500, 4,000. There was just a lot of members in it. And I don't even remember what it was called. I was just like, oh my gosh, it's a journaling thing, I'm joining. So I joined up. And when I joined in and started, reading through some of the old posts and what people were posting, a couple of things stood out to me right away. And probably one of the biggest things that stood out to me was that there were people like, what am I trying to say here? There were people who were at all different stages of journaling, meaning some who were just starting, some who had been doing this like, half their life or most of their life, or people in the middle, people who've been doing it a few months, a year, or whatever, all across the board. And that was super exciting to see, people who just, were at all different stages in their journaling journey. That's what I'll call it, journaling journey. So I found that really exciting, and it was just nice to kind of interact with people who were there, who were at those different stages. But then the second thing I noticed was that there was a clique in this group. And a pretty big clique. There was about 10 people in this clique. And one of the things about this clique that I'm going to say bothered me is that there were moderators of the group in this clique. I believe there was 3 or 4 in this clique. And one who was like the head of the clique. I hate to say this, and it was a moderator. And anyway, I'm telling you this because I hate cliques, first of all. I really, really, really dislike them. And the fact that there were moderators in this clique bothered me even more. Because a moderator should be, impartial, shouldn't be leading a little clique that's kind of ruling the group. Okay, that's all I'm saying. So, one day, this girl made a post in the group. And it was mostly just a writing. Like, she'd mostly written, I think maybe she might have painted the background or put something on the background. And, like, just 1 or 2 pieces of decoration, like maybe a couple of pieces of ephemera or a couple of stickers or something. But it was mainly a writing thing. And I don't remember what she wrote. We're talking 8 years ago. But it was a very personal entry in my mind. Something I wouldn't have shared on a Facebook group. But, hey, People are different, and cool, more power to you. If that's what you want to share, go for it. And this moderator, who I'm just going to call her Judy. Judy, this moderator who was the leader of the clique, was the first person to comment on this post this girl made. And she said, and I'm mostly paraphrasing here, but this is the gist of what she said. And honestly, she did say most of what I'm saying, but I'm kind of paraphrasing it as well. She said, it's so nice and refreshing to see somebody using a journal as it's meant to be used and how it's supposed to be used. Well, you guys, that just really, like, it really bothered me that she said that. Because basically with this girl, like I said, I don't remember what she wrote about, but it was highly personal. That's the one thing I can't tell you. It was personal. That's just that's one thing I remember. And, you know, she was talking about this issue and about, and kind of working through it, if that's making sense. I hope that's making sense. So, yeah, and working through this issue of hers. And, which that's great. If that's how you want to use a journal, that's fine. You know, like I said, there's no right or wrong way to do it. I'm trying to find me some more stickers in here, as I thought I saw some earlier that I wanted to use. But I have a problem with a moderator saying that, because I feel like a moderator and admin of any group should kind of be there to be open and facilitate, you know, open ways of looking at in whatever the subject of your group is. And I just felt like she was like saying this is it. And this lady, Judy, honestly, you guys, I'm going to tell you, I didn't like her from the start. She rubbed me the wrong way as soon as I started reading her comments, because her and her little clique commented a lot. She just seemed very superior in her attitude. And I didn't like that either. It was kind of like, well, I'm right and you're wrong no matter what. That is honestly the vibe I got off her. And I didn't like that. Especially when it comes to journaling. And I felt so, it upset me. It rubbed me the wrong way. Because, first of all, there's people who are just getting into journaling in this group. People who have not been doing it that long. And, you know, maybe people have been doing it for a year or what have you. Whatever. There's people at all different levels. And what if somebody looks at that and goes, but that's not how I'm doing my journal. Am I doing it wrong? Do I need to start writing like that? And the answer is no. No, you do not. Midnight. No, buddy. No, get down. Get down. No, get down. Go on. Go on. Sorry, you guys. He just jumped right up here. Oh, my goodness. Look at him. He's a little goose, I'm telling you. Kind of want to put this pink and black star by her, but I'm not sure where I want to put it. Maybe I want to put it, no, I don't know, you guys. So anyway, so you got different people at different levels. And if they're feeling like, oh gosh, I'm journaling wrong, there's something wrong with my journaling, I have to do it like that, but I'm not doing it like that. Or what if they're like, I don't want to do it like that, and they try doing it like that, and then they stop journaling because, you know, they're not having any fun with it, or it's not what they want their journal to be. And I tried several times to post a comment to Judy. A very calm and my point of view, you know, type of a reply. But I felt like no matter what I did, it was just going to start drama or stir up trouble. And so I ended up not commenting it at all. And I actually left the group about 3 or 4 months later. I'm going to say mostly because of her and the clique. I'm not going to lie to you. That was the main reason. And so, the reason it bothered me so much is, like I said, there's no right or wrong way to journal. If you want to write every day, go for it. If you want to write once a week, go for it. If you want to write song lyrics and poetry and short stories along with an entry you write once a week or once a month, go for it. If you want to put movie quotes or regular quotes in your journal, go for it. If you want to use it more as a therapeutic tool, awesome, great, go for it, do it. But there's just no wrong way to do it. And honestly, guys, anytime I hear somebody saying, this is how a journal is supposed to be used, this is how it's meant to be used, it really makes me see a little bit of red, because there's no right or wrong way to do it. And I get so irritated that anybody would tell anybody how to, do a journal. I mean, I really don't, I don't know. I guess I don't get it. Because I thought I had another parasol thing in here, but I'm not seeing it. And I'm fairly certain that most of us feel this way when it comes to journaling, that there's no, right way or wrong way to do it. You guys know I love hearts, and I'm kind of finding some in here that I really like, so I'm going to put this one right here. I don't want anyone to ever feel like they're doing it wrong. Guys, I've known somebody who quit journaling because their journal wasn't like everybody else's. And I think that's really sad. I just find that really, really sad. I would hope your journals don't look like everybody else's, because they're yours and they shouldn't look like everybody else's. That's the wonderful thing about, when I come here on YouTube, and there's so many different journalers out there, different ages, different stages of the journaling journey, different styles and aesthetics, and it's so neat to see everybody do their thing. I mean, isn't that one of the coolest things about journaling, is there's so many different styles and stuff out there, and I get inspired by all of them, I have my favorite types of journal, styles and aesthetics or what have you. I think we all do, but I get inspired by all of them. Even my least favorite type of journaling, which I'm not going to say here, I still get inspired by, and I still get ideas from. And I think that's the really cool thing about it, is that never, I guess, I don't know what the word I'm looking for here is, never just say, oh, well, that's not my style, and therefore I'm not going to watch that video. Because you never know, guys. You never know what you're going to get out of a video, or what somebody's sharing or doing. The possibilities are limitless. And that's what I love about the journaling community. And that's what I have to say on my journaling talk today, guys. So we talked about slumps, we talked about writing prompts, and we talked about, how a journal is supposed to be used. The answer is any way you want to use it. That's something that's just really important to me, especially that last one. I don't want anyone to ever feel like they're doing their journaling wrong, or, they're not like everybody else. I don't want you to be like everybody else. I want you to be you. Be you, be unique. Okay, guys. Well, I hope to hear from you down in the comments below. Thanks for hanging out with me, doing this talk and this decorate with me. I may do another one of these at the end of this month, another journal talk. I don't know. I'm not going to promise you guys anything. When I first started out, I did say I was going to try and do it once a month or every other month, and that's kind of what I'm still aiming for. So thanks for hanging out with me. Welcome to the new subscribers I've gotten here recently. I am so glad you're here and that you subscribed. Let me know your thoughts on, journaling slumps, journaling prompts, writing in your how to use a journal. I believe most of us share the same philosophy on that. But I don't know, and you're not wrong if you're different from me. If you disagree with me, guys, again, that's okay. I'm not going to blast anybody who disagrees with me. I'm really not. I think it's a beautiful thing to disagree. I mean, can you imagine how boring the world would be if we all had the same point of views and the same thoughts and same everything? Ugh, it would be boring. Okay, guys, I'm really getting out of here now. Whew. You guys take care. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.